Fáilte rás go háte goil támuid ag gobar le fáilte Ireland le léargus nua a thuirtaíomh Éireann. Keep discovering one short break at a time.
Well, it's October and the countdown to Ye Vagabonds is on.
Mars Oldíomh Éire is the home of Halloween.
It sure is, Darren. And this year, we're encouraging you to rediscover Halloween's true origins, Samhain, and experience its rich, immersive season.
Saran 360, it's not just one night of costumes and treats, Colony.
Absolutely not. There are so many things to see and do all over the country. Did somebody say 7 homes of Halloween hubs?
Go on, Louisa, take everyone cold there. I'm going to write these ones down.
So there's Galway City, Meath and Louth, Longford and Westmeath. There's Kerry, Fingal in County Dublin, Limnock, Kilcannig. Each hub offers an authentic celebration of Samhain here in Ireland, where it all began.
Thank you, Arthur. From Macnas to Halloween Howl to the Puka Festival and beyond, every corner of Éire comes alive with ancient energy and celebration at this time of year.
And it's not just music and mischief. There is so much more to enjoy, from food festivals like Savour in Kilkenny and Listowel Food Fair in Kerry to storytelling events and Samhain workshops fud fad na tíre.
There is so much to see and do. Visit discoverireland.ie for some inspiration and plan your home of Halloween trip and figure out what's going on this Samhain season.
Shin, cuirigí ag achtríocht an Éireann.
Díomh agus fáilte goí how to gael lumsa there.
Agus lumsa Síomha.
Well, Síomha, you cosy little thing.
I know.
Look at you.
I know, Misha, but I'm a clover how to gael, plus the cná clover.
I know. Well, and Clover How to Gael has been out gach ile fucking law. So I said I'd give it an owl. See, with the and you fail that really at the knee, but you just air them out. So Tasha, tan lost modern size trim. So I put them out now for a bit of an air out, air and linn, and I'm in the green.
Honest mean of
Nice and cosy.
Mar táisiid traum like saulig a frimu how to say glana.
Did I never tell you?
Oh, go on.
Had a hard of them, so.
Go on.
Now, dinner will be for going low and budchraila long before we fell out. Hug my
Which one?
I know.
Not
and then I screeg isteach an litter an tain litter gurán gur forma riamh, right? So nervy mission olive, I got a beautiful present nor chas my féhéan of a gorgeous bonine, right? So treis ihe amach sa gáileh ní raibh an ganzi and then I should let the lavale and it was the only kind of big enough ganzi I had to lend them. So I lent them the ganzi. Off they went home and they came back and the ganzi was like half the size of this laptop case.
No.
They had put it in on a hot wash. What a fucking idiot.
Oh,
I know.
I'd be fucking
Fuming.
raging.
Yeah, and it was a really beautiful hand knit spanine. And do you think I got a replacement? No. What did I get for my generosity? A letter of complaint. 7 or 8 years later.
I actually don't know Kate Thomond a playing show.
Oh, surely be to God you know.
I actually don't.
Queen not in litter.
No.
The letter of complaint to Honig Stachrin Purchraila.
Oh, Brían, I'll bleep it out. Oh. It all makes sense.
It
now.
all makes sense. That's shockingly the only letter of complaint. Sorry of Taka Stachrin how to go.
Yeah, no, Neil actually lists the night going.
Well, on Neil, and to be fair,
on the Shin agus Joanne McNally.
Yes,
but that's personal.
Absolutely fair. And to be fair, on Cúisgurán a bhí an duine show was gur inish mé scéal miauler and dinner and cheap me gur mé bheith anna elusive agus níor mé bheith elusive in éair. So there you go. Trawl through the last 2 years worth of episodes and find out.
Beag na céad episode.
Beag na céad episode. Yes. And guess who shrunk the bonine. So now, bonines aside, conas tá good.
Tá mé really go má, tá mé sé go tafid lásir a buink. Sin cé go dí gur suchas a tábhacht.
I tell you, Jesus, we love to work.
We do. You can't keep a good working girl down. But tá mé really go má mar tá mé deireadh héisteach a ras ó Galibh mar camer an deireadh na Galibh for the Galway Comedy Festival.
Absolutely.
And bhí time again.
Bhí time again was comedians in Ishing.
Deireadh.
I mean, so sorry, I have to say it because it's one of the great accolades of my life. But Dúirt Hugh Carden is the Síomha and sometimes comedian himself.
Sometimes comedian. I don't think I'm actually saw selection sometimes.
Well, no, because he famously works in RT2FM.
So he can't.
So he can't be doing it full time because there's shade of shin.
None of them are comedians in 2FM.
No. And anyway, Dúirt gur raibh on set comedy is fearr a gum. Now I'm sure Louise Canton would have something to say about that, but our ábhairíonn tail níl siad stig enough, so I get away with it.
Tá Louise a géirí in you.
Yeah.
But by Sheila Clushall actually needs more and Bud Quillen Nobby Borha.
Yes. You'll get your
I just
fix
didn't
of
take it
Louise.
personally. Like, I think comedy is subjective.
Yes.
And Shin, Torum, Hugh Carr.
Okay.
And Neil Ain Vasagum, Horton Only No, and do you know what? Phléamar on Galway Comedy Festival gummion
Yes.
Patreon a seachtainí scata. So if you want all the nitty gritty and the details, and an cúis gur cuig set there in a bhaim Hugh is féidir éisteacht leis on Patreon.
There you go, you lucky things. Now, it was not a good little cliffhanger.
It
Did you
was.
want to Viger show, Shiva?
I know.
Did you
I
want
just
to Viger show?
keep them wanting more.
There you go.
you
We're
know?
on a uig nach on Patreon. We'd love to see you over there because
Yeah.
I'm notoriously very needy. So more friends now.
And really being níos mó roinnt.
Mm-hmm. There you go.
To my dismay.
Yeah.
Or I'm like, I'm going to still have to edit that out.
I know. Well, no, in fairness, and I'm excited because you and Orna Tishvagubber are plan more than Patreon Hamas, and now is a great time to get yourself acquainted with the Patreon lore.
Yes, tábhacht agus tacu linn Patreon accorda.
Yes, brilliant.
Now, tusa héis fearr camcourt.
Tom I fair camcourt, but actually Rimishin, can I just say, actually the joke of the weekend, give Louise Cantleton credit for it, has to be on nickname Nuag or Vashtik Shear.
Oh my God, we is congrats.
That's amazing. I actually nearly forgot.
Sorry, and can I just say, ní vishalumsa on last and I'm sure
No, you love it.
I love it. Like, I
She
think the
loves it.
roinnt this would be an insult, aka
Yeah.
and Verteller and Bud Credit, this would be an insult.
Yeah.
Dumsa, I'm delighted lesson
No,
last and I'm sure.
it's
Go on,
it's
go on,
you're
explain
like
it.
glowing every time I say
Bestow it upon me.
Síomha Ní Rialacha.
She thinks she's hilarious.
Well, it was Louise Hum
You
agus a
can't
chap,
be a
to be
comedian
fair.
and then laugh at your own jokes.
No, that was
to
Louise's joke, and to be fair, it was Louise's joke, and it was fucking. It's hilarious because Shiva loves an owl rule and like a little like a timeline. They're taking Martin. You know?
Lagur mock.
Yeah.
Agus Dane Barter Breher. Lan and timeline, Lan and schedule,
Yeah.
Lan na Rialacha, Lan
Síomha Ní Rialacha. Well, listen, Síomha Ní Rialacha, or otherwise, now you weren't impressed with Síomha Ní Rooney. That's where she drew the line. She's like, no, I'm more. No, I used to play. This is actually really cute. She used to pretend to be a Rooney in Nervishi and a Fosta.
which is really fucking pathetic. Like, where was my feminist bones?
Oh my God, it was the naughties. Come on,
I
we were
know.
all
So,
starving ourselves.
we would play offices and we convert going to see and shin, egg and turn go Rooney shin, and we'd be like sorting the paperwork and being like, "Hello, sir, your next appointment is here." Like,
Yeah, but playing imagination, that's amazing. That's the height of the of playing imagination, organising appointments.
like you're aithne. People want me to pre-fit. I don't care if I go Murray Glick and turn that we were the fucking
Rooney's, but
call
what's hilarious?
girls,
Well,
like,
I love this now. Nerveg Duffáiste give her to make believe Shiva's going to be fucking out with the list of Rialacha. You can't pretend to be a Rooney. Neil Cat, Shin Real.
clerical officer and up.
Yes, yeah. So there you go. I'm back to the Rialacha. Anyway.
The camcourt, sorry.
Chamachurt, yeah. My treis festus agus she's the tíre Fanaigí go an episode showmach the bag on Chamachurt cuirigí. And do you know what? Yeah, to my church Anna Holt went as aithne gur aithne showna. It's a real departure. Like I suppose on gná crack vech or shulgum. But probably in Rudis like rewarding green my reef. I'm not even joking. And I think I'm following my church vecho.
Sorry, no, I'm just laughing because I'm just imagining like on Cuther Snook either your set
Oh, now
stand
she
up.
has an amazing. Now she has an imagination.
Your set stand up August your show.
And my show,
On
yeah, I know.
Coileach.
I know, but look, I mean,
Get you a woman who can do both.
they get you a woman who can do both.
It's the duality
Sinead.
of their Glock on.
Sinead.
There we go.
So there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm delighted now tá agus tá cuma iontach awkward tá daoine roinnt why.
Gurmagat.
You know?
Yeah, Gurmagat. So that's we've already given our plug our Patreon a seachtainí show,
Mahu.
which is great, and Phléamar and Galway Comedy Festival, which was like a mach on our timeline. We've got an episode of Fanaigí, which is great.
She landed to Rialacha. This is great. I'm really impressed.
Which is fantastic. Now, your time to shine here now. You have a little fogar to make.
All right. Bikini to go if they're landing to our Instagram agus TikTok. Auto Rhinewid.
Mavan.
Na clippies there fod.
Tick.
Agus Pervan and Clushtal Wev. I will Bonin. I will count the Bonin. How to go fight Gwiv. A Resheveg Galway Comedy Festival. Air Coola Shiv set. They're in on the is grand for an how to go be a dagval in.
Sorry, I got excited there.
howtogoil@gmail.com.
And I was
News na troch than if we on episode Spotify new YouTube. Actually, it's on our YouTube. Being an episode of Lig or YouTube. Marvelous.
There you go. Tommy our YouTube, Tommy our Patreon, Tommy our email. Come on, howtogoil@gmail.com.
Oh,
Get in touch. So tá mé an excited because an tatan seo tá míad buile ar tá míad chanéisteach le Bert car mór lumsa Bert ceoltóir Bert is an ceannas a grúpi smó anta éire faoi láthir?
Yeah, massa mé and like so rinne mar an taglah seo le cúpla seach nó hin and níl hééis fe is níor stop mé éisteach le ó hin. Yeah, really cool go mór bhaimer.
Anna cute.
Yeah, idir an ceol a costar dún and also just like I don't know, tá siad really sucker on tú féin. Nach bhfuil?
Yeah, tá siad. And dearn siad chuirmain questioner has san aglah and they kind of give her a good explanation for
They
it.
did. Yeah.
So without further ado,
Yeah.
here we go. The Ye Vagabonds.
You.
Brían agus Diarmuid, I'm so excited going to visit her in Bud Chréile. I was tuned the ear off the girls about our amazing week that we spent together at the start of the summer.
Yeah.
So now they'll get to see it all for themselves.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A rash of chéile. But Inish Ugur that hasn't, you know, become a Ye Vagabonds super fan, if there's anyone left in Ireland. Inish come Mialler of Hain, Cadasteve and all the rest of it.
Well, tógam muid gcearlach. Yeah. Rug agus tógam muid gcearlach. Agus tá muid ceol boníthe maiile clia fe, you know, gábhlíon deag, rud mar sin. Ma héanana go bhaint an ar fe coppla bliana agus tá Diarmuid fós maiile clia. But yeah, I don't know, sinna muid ceol agus scríb muid áran agus casa muid oran tradiisiúnta agus ceol tradiisiúnta chamála ceol úr, I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sorry. I'm sorry to go on an album new because the stuff we haven't heard before, it's all been around tradiisiúnta. Mostly, I know there has been some original stuff, but the new album is going to be.
The new one's going to be like it's all original actually.
Yeah.
But like you can hear there's a bit of the ceol tradiisiúnta in the DNA of it.
Of
you know?
course.
Yeah, it'll be in there somewhere. But like they're for all intents and purposes, they're just songwriting, you know, it's just stories we wanted to tell. Raging pop songs.
Oh, yeah.
Pop bangers, yeah.
Britney Spears, eat your heart out.
Sabrina Carpenter is shaking in her boots
Yeah.
now, you know?
Oh, you wait till you see all the costume changes. I guess our two biggest influences for this album would probably be Sabrina Carpenter and Daniel O'Donnell.
Oh, yeah.
Like if we could kind of land somewhere in between.
Venn diagram. You know? I love
Well,
this.
like our mom's from Ironmore, obviously, as you well know, in Donegal. So Daniel O'Donnell is kind of like as big as they get, you know what I mean?
Yeah. The rock and roll, but sure, you passed a house when you get to ferry out.
That's it.
Ironmore, so
You'll have to do what Síomha does and get yourself little Daniel O'Donnell shirts or something, you know?
I think it's more than just a niche that we could,
You can exploit it, come on.
Yeah.
shiny suits.
Listen, I think two Daniel O'Donnell dresses and the Sabrina Carpenter rain machine. You'd be way down.
What's
I'd
better
pay
than
for
one
that.
Daniel O'Donnell? Two.
Two wee Daniels.
You mentioned your mother growing you there, who is you're like me, right? So you're brought up in non-Gaeltacht areas, but you have a good, strong Gaeltacht woman at home, kind of the matriarch of the family. But you tell us about that. Like, it was such a strong sense of identity. I would always associate you more with Donegal than I ever would with Carlo. So
yeah, in terms of the music, like the traditional music we've been into has all been Ulster music, you know. We've all, like, it's the Ulster singing tradition, and I mean, we're not really tune players in our live show that much, so it's not really about kind of having, you know, Donegal tunes or that. Really, we don't really play like we're not like playing Glen Columcille fiddle, like that. But and I suppose because neither of our folks were from Carlow, our mother had that really strong, there is a very strong identity there. There's just islands have that thing, it's enclosed, and so people, you really know who you are, you know? Everyone knows who everyone is, and therefore you really know who you are.
I know. Bhí mé chun rás with the Nosk on a war agam still hill on Oran War.
Oh.
I had my mini moon there. Okay.
What?
And yeah, I know. And then Cúar Rasham Lína mar bhfuin irritant sultas just hadn't chick more lum. But on van if he mar fana play, bhí she ganas there and gore come and coma, you know, agus bhí I just with the aithne gachtana cévéid éim gur cáisih ar an ilan agus sibh fástaní is glacham leis gach saoire gréis a hús.
Oh yeah, agus níos mó na sin ar bhí muid níos sinne. So like hoog mam agus dad teach úr ar bhí me sé cuig blion deag rud mar sin. Agus den in just chamuid na sire ar fad, like agus bhí coppla blian na rommuid an den saoire ar fad agus dístra agus am nula agus rud mar sin. So yeah, nuair a dag muide baile just ní mam agus dad gearlach really Cominic, so just bhí gabh níos mó agus níos mó ama gus ar an Ilion. So tá si don go lá amsirthe it's ar fe 8 million na rud mar sin.
Wow.
Agus is dói ó hin nás go bhhaid níos láid ra gan dhé leis sin Ilion. Agus thosamid agus an taile fad thosamid an trailer
or Fiona.
Yeah.
It's
bhg Fiona agus Jessie leis agus leis na ggéar chuí go maiid. So tan féilir ban le I don't know 7 bliain nó mar sin.
Sin an éidir glusa aige. Yeah. So interesting faoin bhéile se lots.
Rás ruúa an taine mutar gcuine rás ruúa ó an í mór le rá an Ilion agus stoi bailthir agus ní dóilm gur an scríb scríb sí rud
Ní scríb, no, but
scéalaí
agus like fíal an sealchas just like
agus cinneal an mór ní like a witch doctor bhíonnta, but like
hí na cures
aici, you know what I mean, agus bhí coupla rud a bhí cinneal voodoo like agrá se agus
like fan on specialty, just like
Hanflasa.
an bheasa cinnte. So thosamid a féile sin gcuine ráise rilí marhealar Cara Morlin, Andrew Early bhí hart ag an am sin.
Agus
Yes, taile céanna. Agus coupla den eile bhí hart agus tá fósart. Well, neart cuineach ar ráise agus I don't know. It's just nice to do something up in there.
It is, and it's nice to do something that commemorates, like, you know, a woman who contributed so much to the tradition as well. And often, like, I mean, she wouldn't in her own lifetime, she wouldn't have been well known, or she wouldn't have had a lot. But in the kind of sense that we think of having a lot, you know, she wouldn't have had a lot of money, or, you know, she would have been by modern standards very poor, but obviously very wealthy in another way, and, you know, kind of kept this store of something that now is a source of kind of wealth for everyone on the island, in that sense, cultural wealth, you know. So it's just really nice to acknowledge someone like that and keep that tradition going, keep that, you know. Andrew was the torchbearer, and
big time,
and we're just kind of picking it up from Andrew, our family, and all the other people who are organising the festival.
Yeah. So can I ask, for your family, you mentioned your sisters, are you all will ceoil gachéile duine go?
Yeah.
And I mean big shems le céile?
Yeah, bí in nuirt amid le céile.
Oh my goodness. To me, I just think Freisin and I just think that's so cool. Like families, I know it's so like Rod's I don't know all that.
Bus the ceoil of the clown.
Listen, there's one musician ceoil in my head and it's badly played. But like, I love the idea of a family coming together. Like, is that for you where you're most alive? Agus le céile agus, I don't know, is that how you show love to one another? Ag shemin ceoil and céile?
It's definitely a really important kind of part of what we feel like our family's about. But it's not. It isn't maybe the like when we get together as a family, it isn't like all about like we're not all just singing old traditional songs. It's like it's at family gatherings. A family gathering isn't complete until there's been a sing song. But a lot of that sing song will be like country music. It'll be like our
Don't
uncles.
say Sabrina Carpenter now.
No, it won't. You would have seen the crack in early Freisin.
Our uncles were big into the country music and that kind of thing, which is like also a very Irish thing, and it is a tradition in itself. Absolutely.
Which brings us back, I suppose, ties a neat bow to our
Daniel O'Donnell.
All roads.
Daniel.
But can I just ask your Ogden Hogla, is there any old creator who isn't great at the ceoil in the family or extended, and how do they get on?
Are we doxing them?
Come on, who's the black sheep? Yeah. They were sent from the island. Vanished.
We don't talk about Kevin.
Is that your Insta?
Definitely.
I'm really interested in that line you said there about everybody knows who you are, so you definitely know who you are. And then that whole notion of, you know, Roisha Rua, and that I find now myself, and I can only imagine for ye and the work that you do, you know, the songs that you're surrounded by, the bill that you're surrounded by, those roots, it's very, you know, it gives you an identity that maybe when you go out into the world and do the kind of work that you do, like you're playing stages with fucking Hosier and the rest, and like, you know, then how important is that because you're
connected to that original thing. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
So they're important. It's the most important thing. Otherwise, are we allowed to swear? Otherwise, we're fucked. You're fucked. You'd get lost. You'd get really lost if you didn't have that sense of. Because I definitely think, all of that culture, and I'm sure you know yourselves because you're very much public facing as well. That like you can get, and if you're on social media all the time, you can get very wrapped up in ideas of yourself as an individual. That kind of individualism isn't good for your head. Whereas if you if you know who you are by that thing, it's about connection, it's about community. If you know yourself in kind of context like that, you're at less risk of getting lost because it's not so much that we have to keep each other in check. We do a bit of that too, but we also just keep each other grounded, don't we?
So massive gwyl sé cewrach gwyl sé bhá dhéanamh seo le chéile mar gur harcha. So you've definitely someone to keep you grounded.
Oh, big time.
I don't know. We don't know any different here. We're just sharing like in my jokes. It's.
I actually think though there's something. Not everyone has a temperament to be extremist in the Chéile and to be Gaeltach and I'm Céine. Like look at the Gallagher brothers famously. Were they lacking a bit of grounding?
Listen, we've thrown our fair share of plums.
Here's the guilty party. But in all honesty, do you find it always a blessing or is it ever a bit of a curse?
I think it's mainly.
I think it makes things a lot easier. Yeah. You grow up listening to the same music. Maybe we would have carved out a lot of time and spent loads of time listening to music together as teenagers, talking about what we thought was cool and what we didn't think was cool, getting excited about things. So then it's kind of like you skip a load of steps that you'd have to cover if you were starting a band with somebody. You'd have to suss out what
it probably nearly helps that there's a bit of an age gap as well between us because there's nearly 5 years between us, so there was less of a sense of kind of competition or something, whereas if you're very close in age you might be a bit more kind of marking out your territory and not wanting someone else to be doing the same thing as you're doing, whereas we didn't really kind of. Brían was maybe 16 before we kind of started to realise we could be friends in Yaffy away, because before that, you can imagine I was 16, he was 12, or less, or 11 or something like that, so
And beidir go Gary and sé comá if you both are equal levels talented with singing and writing, do you both do everything?
We have our strengths but we both try to kind of not let one person get. I think we've actively tried to avoid that thing of having.
Yeah, we don't just have single jobs by any means.
There's no pink jobs and blue jobs in this band.
No.
No, it's it definitely helps. Yeah, I think apart from anything else, it's just you just know each other inside out, and that's what makes it also really difficult. So we just we've kind of learned how to manage that along the way.
Years of learning. Yeah, exactly. You can when you're that close, you can tell when someone is even just the slightest bit off. And so that can be a bad thing until you learn how to turn it into a good thing.
To go completely off course, something I'm very interested in trying to learn more about, and I know that you have a lot of knowledge on, is bird watching. Your dad published a book about the birds of Armore.
All right. This is actually an RSPB badge for the Starling because we were over in Wales at what was it called? Between the Trees Festival in the stand. Cool. Our dad is a big bird watcher.
Yeah.
We were,
but in folklore, birds are, and in the songs, so important, and they're very, either in sail shugs and sail lele, and in and out, and every bird has, different, things attached to it, but
Humlin and Dridge, in the Mabinogi, these are the messengers that go in the Welsh folklore, which is why I bought it in Wales. But they're in the song. Do you know any bits of that you probably Brían's
bird folklore? Well, I made a radio series with a friend of mine in the past couple of years. Anya Murray, she's a great ecologist and writer. And we kind of started making stuff a few years ago together, just because anytime we'd meet each other, we'd get talking about trees and I don't know, like giant squid or so. Like, you know, we just be like, did you hear about this thing? And then, so that's kind of, we decided to make it into some radio things. Yeah. It's really great because Anya's coming at it completely from a scientific perspective. And there are different ways of like interacting with the natural world, right? So like a lot of bird watchers, for example, are kind of like men of a certain age who like to see how many birds are there, write them down, and then go home again. That's more or less what it is. But there is a very scientific, like people call them Twitters or whatever. Like it's a very scientific kind of like categorization kind of thing that goes on. I'm not that interested in that. Like it's funny. Sometimes I'll like go and spend time like recording them. I'll spend a lot of time recording audio of birds, and I might be watching them at the same time. And there's like certain places that maybe other men of a certain age will show up with their really fancy telescopes and their things, and they'll be kind of like commenting, just passing comment, being like a red shank and kind of whatever. But for me, it's more about like, I might see it, there's a red shank there or something, I don't know. But I'm way more interested in kind of just getting immersed in it, like, and it's a way of getting out of my own head. It's a way of chilling out, maybe just like, also just kind of looking at something that's amazing. Looking at these tiny birds on the beach in Kilcool, near where I live, that like they've travelled like 25,000 kilometres to get there or something, you know. It's this kind of thing is just, it blows my mind all the time. I think it's class.
Do you have a favourite bird?
I don't know if I have a favourite bird. There's a few of them. Actually, probably one of the birds I get the most excited about seeing is the lapwing.
That's my favourite bird. I want to get a tattoo of the lapwing.
Well, you know what the lapwing? You know what the lapwing is? You know the Irish word for the lapwing is the pilibeen.
Pilibeen, yeah.
Yeah, the pilibeen.
Yeah, Willie, yeah.
And exactly.
That's why I want to get a tattoo.
There's no point to an Irish.
Pilibeen le
Oh my god, I need to see it now. Does it look just like?
They're like,
it was on the coin. It was in the old coins, wasn't it?
Yes, they're really like regal looking. They kind of shimmer green. They've got like a little like feather in their hat that kind of sticks up. They're quite big birds. So yeah, they were like, they thought that because the feather in their hat, it was like King Philip or Prince Philip or somebody. So they were called Pilibeen after Pilib. But then I don't know, just it's I guess. Plebeen, and it all became one. A funny thing happened when I was making that radio. I made a program about the lapwing because I just their call is crazy. They sound like synthesizers or something. There's no way I could absolutely not. I would need a little synthesizer. They actually sound like synthesizers. They're crazy. They sound like from a different world. And so I was just getting obsessed with them, and then looking for songs I had to do with them, and I was like, cool, I found one, like Philibeen, or like it's called Pilibeen the Guach. It's called. And I was like, so I was like, brilliant. I'll bring it to my sister Aoife, and I was like, because I didn't want to just be the only voice in the thing, and I like to spread her. And so I was like, anyway, Aoife, any chance to be up for singing this? She's like, yeah. And it's like, it's trugan me ma Philibeen is bear ma chul sa vrech, gra ma crí vel of liom is fogging hen a veil. Yen in gCorcaigh se le is harishin in freg agus banach jes gon fubble and te a have fosuk bang gun spray or whatever, one of those typical first bang gun spray lines. But anyway, so that was great. I was kind of like, great. It's like it's this kind of like metaphor. It's like the Pilibeen, the wildness of nature, whatever. But then anyway, so we recorded the song. We had to do it very quickly. It was kind of like a last minute addition. And then only a little while later, Aoife was chatting to one of her colleagues in work and was like, telling her about the recording the song. And she was like, "Oh, the Pilibeen, like, but you know, like, you know what that's used for." And Aoife was like, "Yeah, like the willy." She was like, "Oh no, but it's really used for that." She was like, "Oh," like she hadn't realised how widespread maybe meaning it was. And then when she looked back on the lyrics and was like, "Wait a minute, like, there's no other references to birds. It's literally just like, I wish I had my Pilibeen on my back in the heather, like Stram of Creve, I loved them. Is fogging hay in a bale. It's just like straight in. It's like straight to.
Oh my god.
That's amazing. And my favourite thing about the laughing was the White Goddess book. I know.
The White Goddess. Yeah. Robert Graves has his
Which
whole
is a
theories
fuck.
it's the
Yeah.
trickster and all this kind of
Yeah,
stuff.
and he carried King Solomon's secrets.
It goes deep. Yeah,
It goes
the Pit
deep.
Bean is a deep one. All right.
Yeah, this is the mad book that I had the weird encounter with.
Oh, a new arrow.
And
you found it.
Yeah,
that was
at
bananas.
It's a mindfuck of a book.
It is, and it's probably all bullshit.
Yeah,
But
sure, that's
there's
that's
bits-
why you love it.
We won't. Yeah.
Do you know, can I ask about a bird I'm kind of into these days?
Go on.
The heron. Do you like the herons now?
We had some great encounters with herons so we were going down the canal and we did a tour on a barge
amazing,
during the pandemic, because it was one of these something you could do during the pandemic. So we did a tour on a barge and we were playing gigs off the back of the barge, and along the canals you realize, like, as you're going along the canals and the rivers, there's this whole secret world, like this whole like community of people in like floating houses and like all these like real characters who like live along the edges in this kind of like little marginal space, you know. You'd meet a fair few kind of magical beings along the way, and one such magical being is a man we've actually known for years, but down in Carlow there's a man called Bobby Walsh, isn't it? Yeah, Bobby Walsh. And we've known Bobby for years, and he's a bit of a wizard, a bit of a wizardly character, and he lives in one of these. It's an old lockkeeper's house, is it?
Yeah, it's the old lockkeeper's house in Loughlin.
Yeah. And when we met him anyway, along the way, we kind of knew we wanted to stop and have a chat with him. He told us, and we'd seen loads of herons, and we were watching out for the herons all along the way. They're gorgeous birds.
Yeah.
They're amazing. Yeah. And like there was a lot of beautiful birds along the way there.
Oh.
But we were asking him.
I don't know why. Don't let kids.
Kingfishers. The kingfishers would be flashing, you know. But we met Bobby anyway, and Bobby was like, "Oh yeah, you've seen the herons, yeah. You know they have a conference. The herons, they have a conference.
Go on.
Down at this weir, the next weir down. You know, the herons all get together, and he had gone down, and he had." Do you remember the details? He had gone and listened in on the herons conference.
Yeah, he snuck up on them when they didn't know he was there, and they decide which weirs they're going to go to. They kind of divide it up among themselves. They agree on
Which heron are we talking about here?
Shacht, obviously.
Like Aisha and
Shiva Kamala.
Or Dash and heron.
Or Dash and so Bobby was like eavesdropping on like
They had a pet heron for a while as well.
he did have a pet heron, so I think he speaks their language and everything, you know.
Spatial. There you go now, Louise.
Well, I'm obsessed because I've an Alcara myself in form of a heron. I meet him on my daily walk to work. He hangs out in Stephen's Green, very monínach, Moraine.
I'd say he's a bougie heron, my thought.
Yeah,
But I tell you, I wonder what rent he's paying since that location. The run of the place. But I actually always think like that they're just fab.
Thought you carve it elegant now, Conor. That she came in. Yeah.
I like the legs, you know. This ruddy. I
like the legs.
Do you know what I mean? I do. What can I say, you know?
An fé loves the ceiste faoi a bheith the artist nu the creative in Éireann in fiche cuaig. I think it's rud é, like, I think tá na daoine ar fad ag lura kind of éilú sna halína, but I don't think gonachní and beidir na daoine a guacht an tábhacht a bhaine leis. Nadidir céir de ceapan sibh faoi.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Tá sé an simply freshen, you know, just like kind of obvious, you know. Better like doesn't need to be said, you know.
Yeah.
So better enough will like gach duine like kaint faoi like an tábhachtach or, you know, Ali, but like just it's everyone feels it, you know. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Stoidum. So right, Muhurim actually the alien agus féinmhaoin agus just can you identity agus the identity culture agus féinmhaoin just like all tied together. It's like super important, I reckon. Agus sinna fá well hasmuid an féile sin féidir rasrú just like when you get it on just anything that will help people get a stronger sense of identity, to me, is going to help them be healthier and happier people. So like Tush their fad nasky le chéile big time. Ma bhraíonn tú áitaní nó Clifton nó Corcaigh nó Iarthair na Gaillimhe. Áitaní bhfuil cultúr láidir an, like, so cultúr cheoil faoi le nó cultúr óráníochta ina seoin dúnát. Ein áit mar sin atá bhfuil cultúr láidir an bíon cinál strut na daoine, you know, because tá siad sásta antú hain just to because like rud faoi le acu gur féidir le just gremóintear, you know, so it's like it's an easy way for people to just kind of grab a hold of their place. So even if you don't play music, I was up in Glenties recently and I got befriended some lads who were like they didn't play at all, but like one of them worked in like building like kind of civils, like wiring cables on the streets and stuff, but he was so proud of like being from Glenties because of the fiddle playing around there and everything. So Carol, well, Connor Hammersley, he has I was chatting to him about this one night about the idea of identity and mental health. It's a big thing in like masculinity, I guess, in Ireland. I think there's a big crisis in kind of masculinity among young men, right? But maybe if they don't know who they are, they have this a lack of a sense of who they are. That in certain places in the middle of the country, it can be really bad for their like mental health, really, really bad for their well-being. So I think, to me, culture is kind of a really great antidote to it, and I think that's why it needs support and why it's like healthcare without being healthcare. It's more holistic. Yeah.
So that can't just may learn, and I don't want to launch into another big one, but I'm really interested in then, you know, Vitu Rami and our DNA, Carol tells you that in you now going into this new project and releasing your own music, and you know, so that'll always be it's treshin duchas not alluent, you know, you can't bring out of that. So when you're writing songs and that process and you know, giving a lot of yourself in that, like just talk to me a little bit about the process of writing a song. Like, I myself always try around with ditties here or whatever, but like can never like you kind of have to bleed into it, you know.
Well, for me, the first thing in the morning, there's always a routine. So like I'll write every day. So I basically just look at a picture of Daniel O'Donnell. What I do is I kind of meditate on it for a while.
Put 9 willow rods and I lay them across a calf skin, and then I sleep on the calf skin and fast on the calf skin for 9 days and 9 nights. On the what are called the wattles of knowledge. And then the visions come. And and it's as simple as that. I mean, it's not rocket science.
Go now, Darren. There you go.
It's really just a case of being at the desk.
Yeah.
You know, you kind of have to be. You have to be open to the ideas.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I said, do you have to know who you are? I think that has a lot to do with it, does it?
I don't know.
What does it mean to know who you are? Like,
I would say,
Yeah, no.
well, sometimes is it more the people that are tormented write the good songs? But you know, if you have something that you need to write about, is it a good way to get it off your chest?
I do find that the songs that write themselves. It's even one of these things you kind of like, you feel like you have to show up day after day, but then the best ones sort of just fall out, right? Like, but that's the thing, you have to do the work. And I think tormented souls, maybe they're looking for something to get them. They become maybe really immersed in the process, as you were saying, like a form of alu, you know, escape, trying to get into this thing, you know, to find a way out of. It's a healing space, that kind of the mythic space that we all. That's why art is so powerful, you know. We all have that and have access to it. Everyone does, and some people are more drawn to it maybe because they're deeply sensitive people and they have to find, and you know, it's the tormented soul. They're deeply set. They have to spend more time in that mythic space because they need the healing, or they feel like it's something they're drawn to. Or some people just like that kind of work, you know. But yeah, you have to be very open and you have to work on being open. So like, show up at the desk every day, and then it's like, you know, there's that thing, I don't know who said it, but I've heard the quote many a time that like, the muse likes to find you working.
Yeah.
So I think it's mostly that. It's mostly like hard work, but then understanding that this thing is sort of outside of you as an individual maybe, but it's something that's inside all of us, you know? And yeah, the songs that write themselves the most easily are the ones that are things that for me personally anyway, the things that I find hard to process or articulate or get my head around. Like in this batch of songs that we put together for the album that'll be out early next year, there's quite a few songs that have a very specific address and they are addressed to very specific people, and a lot of them are quite difficult subjects. Like there's at least one song about someone who's no longer around for different reasons, and and in different ways, actually no longer around in different ways. There's people who've passed on, and there's people who are still physically here but are no longer around, and those are hard things to process, and it can be really hard to really, with your rational mind, to make sense of that, but with that kind of
creative,
and mythological mind or whatever, you can kind of find a way of making peace with it. So
yeah, I've kind of found that like a few times it's happened where like I'll get an idea for a line of something, or I'll have an idea of a melody, maybe even or a few words, and I'll start singing this thing, and I'll kind of like, it's almost like I'm following the song. I'm like trying to find it or trying to clarify it. Like it's coming in from somewhere and I'm trying to clarify it. And then what often happens, it's happened to me a few times, where when I'll write it all down and I'll start working through it, and I'll start kind of tightening up lines, trying to because like you're trying to make it clearer and clearer the whole time. I would be rewriting the thing like maybe like 20 times, could be working on the same song for months, you know what I mean? But that's a few times it's actually taken me by surprise when I realised what it's about. Yeah. Where it's when the song's done that then I go, oh.
Wow, that's really magic, isn't it?
It's kind of mad.
Does it feel like, and how do you know? Is there a sense? Are you like, oh, this is it?
Yeah.
You just brought through it.
In Bas Frosna, nach there. The divine, yeah. Ooh. Is that in Bas Frosna? That's why the old poets, that they would channel this divine power that would come, Cadina, Shanna, Síomha Ní Rialacha, and they go into the state of
the wattles of knowledge.
That's why we had the Old Druids in the prepanning, the whole field in the.
Well, how would the Phléamar get in other words?
It's a real mindful.
So Sculmid live Carmid Keshker faoi sounds from a Safe Harbour. Yes. So Leirlin Fuin Vela agus Kirtar Shuv and Shaw and Dare Shock Shaw. I know by an Agron Shaw Phléamar in Igna Fela, but we want to know a little bit about it.
Well, so Shaw 3 or Romaja Shani make a Fela Shaw, so Vimajin Shaw, Nianari, Aronari, Vimajin Shaw, Gravilian agus Thomas really, really no Hokum Liana Shavela Shaw. I mean, Tasha Bonnie Dina Shenyam le chéile agus buint trílas rudí le chéile ar nos tightrope walk more than deire seachtainí agus tá seall comíthe díreach rih bhéilech ma. So we've just been here since Monday basically ag scríomh agus a cleacht agus a shenyam le anna chuid Stíine really agus a goilbhú the I don't know 6 gigs na rud cinint mar sin atóda.
Oh, it's a very hard life now. You know, being put up in a fancy hotel for a week.
I know, all these gala luncheons.
Come on, you're keeping him grounded now. This is brothers in action. Don't let him get away with himself there. Don't be getting carried away, Brían. Lads, could I ask you a really bold question?
Go on.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, the girls do about you now.
Hang on.
Would you sing us a song?
Okay, that's not really a bad question.
That's not a bad question.
What would we sing?
What kind of a song?
Oh God,
I'm kind of disappointed. I thought it was going to be something really.
But you actually want a bold question?
Yeah.
How big is your Philippine? You don't have to answer that one on the camera.
You'll have to get the special edition.
No, I only want to know too. Go on, enough of that potty humour.
The colour change.
Yeah, we're going to have colour changing mugs, kind of like heat activated colour changing mugs inspired by Daniel O'Donnell's merch actually.
Sorry, I think this
and
is
that's the only way to find out how big our Philippines really are.
Go on. Exclusive.
Right, what song do we sing?
Jeez, I don't know. We don't really know any songs.
It's an annoying song. What's a song for the occasion?
The song selection is such an important thing, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
You know.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Like Louise is a DJ, but I'm always saying to her, you know, I am also a DJ.
Yeah.
Of songs.
Absolutely.
So
Sing-song etiquette. I've been told a few times. Now,
massive.
I myself tried to learn a song, and I think if someone... I was like the wizard. Does the wand choose you or do you choose the wand, right? I chose a song. The song chose me. It stood out to me. I said, I'm not a singer, but this is something I'm going to try to learn. Won't you skip a few?
The song chose me as well.
The song shows you too.
Oh,
And she can actually sing.
well, just kindred spirits, obviously.
We can't do a duet because Neil Michel and Nota really carry the command, so that's an
The
issue.
question is, which one of you is Harry and which one's Voldemort? That's it.
So what's sing-song etiquette mean to you? Like as brothers, could you steal each other's songs or did you have to do it like Kayla?
Well, we're lucky in that like we don't have to steal each other's songs because we just end up singing them together. You know? So there's no kind of too... Well, that's not always true. There's the odd time that there's a song where we kind of... Yeah, we're kind of like, no, that's mine.
But that's important. You have a very intimate relationship with a song. You know, it's an intimate thing. And
Yeah, especially if you spend time like putting songs back together that are,
absolutely.
you know, like kind of like there's only one version out there and it's kind of missing bits. And you go and you search through all the manuscripts.
remember-
and you put something together?
But I remember meeting Johnny Moynihan a few years ago, and like he was playing at a market in Kinvara. He just like had a little like tent where he would just sit and play tunes. And so I ended up like met him, had my bazooki with me, and so we started singing songs, and he said, you sing one. And I kind of felt a bit awkward. So I was like, oh, wait. All, like, there were, like, none of the songs that I was singing that weren't Johnny's. I had a few. I had one, maybe. But yeah, it is. You're like, do we sing something funny? Do we sing something sad? Do we sing a long song that's going to kind of, like, hit people? Depends on the crowd, you know?
Talking to another friend of ours, Kane, there recently. He's a great singer. You know Kane? Yeah. Kane Coy. Yeah, he's a great singer. We were talking about, like, he was going up to a session up in Drogheda, and he was seeing a lot of the same people at the singing session that had been at the last singing session he was at, and then the previous one to that. And he was kind of saying he didn't want to be always singing the same song on the one hand, but then on the other hand, he realized or he recognized that like a lot of the time he goes to those sessions and when it's someone's turn to sing, he really hopes they'll sing the same song because it's like they're the only one who sings that song and it's the only time he gets to hear them sing it. So it was like this interesting thing that does happen as well, where you're like half disappointed if someone does sing a new song and they're probably thinking, oh, people...
Diarmuid, it's often been said to me, and I hate letting people down. I do.
So what was your song?
Oh, a very bad Christy Moore, the contender.
Yeah.
Oh,
Rap
okay,
this.
well,
Sherry
one for
Power,
one,
I mean.
come on.
Yeah.
One for one. You go first, though. Show me yours, I'll show you mine.
What you want to sing? Have you thought of anything?
Ceoil Febre.
Oh yeah, we could do that. Okay, well he's join in.
And we will.
Fade Fungate.
Because this is one that it's like it has a nice chorus that we can all sing along, and it also is relevant.
It's relevant.
Yeah,
this is a song that it's a Rosh song that I kind of there's only a fragment of a recording of Rasha. So you know, it's beag nar chail she'd like na taifeadh ar fad to Rasha actually, because it dear a couple of blian hen, I'd say troch blian hen on a cal go on na taifeadh agus bhí siad ar war and GPO like am wafuin air agus bhí siad bhí an chuid damáiste janta de na taifeadh seo. So ní look fragment one John taifeadh to Rasha ceola, but anyway, it's called Ceoil Febre. Agus in sin Rasha and scale so taifeadh sin basically so the ban agus tá si gealta le bheith post le fearr agus den fearr se cinneal fancy the fancy job aige míle suban cén job bhfuil aige, but tá se cinneal fancy agus tá ceoltóir tá actually puibre a gure an ban se a bhealda agus tá sé hain an ráile se bhain se agus is stoig bhfuil an ban in ráile se bhar se chuma. Anyway, so rud a deir se, like, you know, a bhuirnín dílis élio an tamar fada se wearing Jewish alio agus you know, if you marry the lad with the fancy job, it's you who'll be crying, like it's two ves a queen a wearing Jewish alio, and then like Tarlian rud a queen like a ufasach, you know, like you'll be strangled by crops. You'll be up all night starving by candlelight. There'll be all kinds of bad things will happen. But you'd much rather be with me. Míle bardach Michigan. Agus ceol bin ma fiaba.
The sweet music of my pipe.
Awaring Gila Elio. That's
There
it.
you go.
So
You'll join in on the chorus?
Okay, from kids.
yeah.
Try and stop us.
And we'll probably forget bits of the words, but sure.
So we might as well lean forward.
Yeah, I suppose.
Get the creaking done and over with.
Get done with the, yeah.
Ma fósan tú sistears tú bheits a cuine Awaring Gilish Elio Is bay tú the hachta the barach na tíre Awaring Gilish Elio Obey to the he come shin vialihe Shear gona ganyel sa cronan Fanaigí Míle bardach mishet got this ceoil ben mo fearr Awaring Gilish Elio Ma fósan tú fearr tú bheits a cuine Awaring Gilish Elio Vacate lug lag Eganum the squeal Awaring Gilish Elio Obey to thee come shin vialihe Shear gona ganyel sa cronan Fanaigí Míle bardach mishet got ceoil ben mo fearr Awaring Gilish Elio We skip to the last verse.
Yeah, for the crack, yeah.
She gets the ride.
She gets to ride in the last verse.
At ma fósan tú te bries tú bheits go híbhain Awaring Gilish Elio Agus ioi tú marciach Shear chun na éimi Awaring Gilish Elio Ní bheith tú the he come shin vialihe Be argad in the folky gus buin the bíasí Ach míle bardach mishet got this ceoil ben mo fearr Awaring Gilish Elio
Sin go bháil in ar fád.
Speisialta, gur míle maithagah, just is brad an chríisih, gur go sé sin really speisialta.
Yeah, Arnold sin fád with stáil live lads, gur míle mag nas felin, gur míle mag Brían agus Diarmuid Gloinn.
Hope the herons.
Well, can we captain for the lads?
I'm obsessed, Lo. I'm obsessed, Lo. And do you know what? I'm delighted gur Craw Louise Eid le Heran Akana.
Were you secretly dying nor Hershey and Kesh?
Nor Hershey and Kesh, I was like, oh no. But
I
then
know.
they're co-uscail to
I know.
They were like, oh, we were expecting an actual bad question on Shin. So
yeah, they're the best boys, in fairness. You're not as precious as I am with the songs.
no, we more to you.
Yeah, I know. But sure, in fairness, with Louise cantering around, you wouldn't know what fucking scenario she'd pull you into with the songs.
And in fairness, so Hershey and Kesh and Lynn Logliv, she's like, can I ask you something really bold? And I was like,
oh no,
what's she gonna say?
I know.
But it's just Aaron of Yalla
Yeah.
Cookie. So
But
and Viether delighted lesh
Yeah.
and Thon Terran Shin Imakiao no hin.
tá sé cho talented. But anyway,
They don't need us to promote them, but like Teggy agus Éistigí,
Yeah.
Ye Vagabonds. Tá siad honestly special.
it's on a beautiful, like, you know, Tron Hona nu sow, and it's just fordags and tinna lasta and a bit of blue is the eye watches over. Yeah, the best.
But
the
also
best.
she'd hate over. I can't believe in our Phléamar show, but like and made Amnica Mora to sheets and hate vet over.
No, I know. Phoebe Bridgers, Hosier, like, tá si dollar, them actually builo in New York and Tachtan Schooing, a gore, tá si did a gig with like some really famous American artists that, do I remember the name? No, I don't. That's actually awful. But anyway. Glúis seachtainí.
Yes, well, obviously Gaskert own chat Shin Pillabeen.
Okay, doke.
Pillabeen in both senses, right?
Mhm.
On Ainish Firelat, the lap wing, and Willie.
There you go. Now, and I shouldn't focal because it's Philippine or plebeen. No, Philippine if you're going to go or Willie Egabala, but plebeen was like the standard.
Well, so no, Nirev Pillabeen Agam sexy. We
Yeah.
had no Willies. So
Oh,
do you know
gone
what I
out.
mean? Like Nirev.
You were tig landa to sachs.
Yes.
Cad ich life our drawl.
Oh, Nirev really fucking lost
yeah,
it was just
to
boom.
Sach.
Everything was just boom in our day.
Oh yeah, no, we had the Tasach was your gal, but gal was row Harshu
Yeah.
Marfocal or Lamini.
Yeah, the first.
So the Hasach, and then Nervy Murnis Oiga in the 90s when it was still acceptable to hit your children, we would be threatened with a tonin te. I told you that before.
Yeah.
But a hot arse, you know, that I'd redden the arse for you.
Are such a Philippine Swallow?
Oh, Philippine, yeah.
Philippine. Okay,
yeah.
spatial. Okay.
Man,
I might need it. I don't know.
Yeah,
Province,
yeah,
you know,
there you
but
go.
to sock.
But I think you're, but it's gacha tella. I think you're rud harva musgriach shin because like ni chlosha Philippine and not tella satir. Like it's rud anna ni aren't you there Gunamara ni aren't you there gCorcaigh it's rud rud anna musgriach on focal Philippine.
But it really means Willie. Now it
does,
doesn't
yeah.
mean dick or cock or anything.
No, it means
graphic.
Yeah, Willie. Yeah.
It's just Willie.
Willie,
just
yeah.
to clarify that, according not outside Salabagay. Like it wouldn't be a sexy term.
Would you not use the word Willie in the bed? I don't know. I'm an equal opportunist for all the words, you know.
No, Willie is the least sexy of them all. No,
Yeah.
you're not saying Willie in bed.
Do you know
You're
now?
not.
It's so long since I've had a Willie in the bed with me now.
Okay, and Caterella, report back.
Report back, yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
And yeah, maybe the drought is down to using the word Willie. But anyway, look.
God, the things are lining up here now. Okay, that'll be good.
So vi mar leir fui herons.
Herons.
Agus an goil sin nach choreisk.
Oh, Anava, okay.
There we go. Ein vrat nu.
Aon Vrahnu, gone out. Aon Vrahnu.
So má spéisiat dul amach agus bheith ag glúirg na héiníní.
Anava.
Well an app agus leis na.
No, actually, comment bit I guess go na.
Yeah, Mr. Freisin leis na fúmna ar fad ahand. Agus má táú in a bhéin vrat nu, seans go mbeoch déhúlig ag tastal wet.
No.
Which is binoculars.
Well, would you whoosha fecher sin. Anna impressed.
So mark the déhúlig and show me your no tá déhúlig ag tastal wem. Leis an Willie
Jesus. Well, I'll tell you. That'll be an awful state of affairs. Ina shrum chiaradella yopsag ziaks na seachtainí.
Yopsag is yaks. I think a review pocketsa.
Yeah, do you know, I can't make raw. I Tá táchan críochnathe and Beidir gur fór Heather Humphreys anachud hate Arlene Akaharthe a mask. You know, Gail, have you seen that? Did you see the TikTok trend? Dina it didn't have Ahrashir have Giri Vel Arting Eiling.
Well, yeah, but it's Margaret Usochi on Tain Lena Wine and then another fod.
No, I know.
And I think everyone could recite it off.
No,
by heart
100%. But I just felt really bad for her because, like, you know, she got a lot of hate towards the end. And in fairness to her concession speech to Catherine Connolly, I thought she came across great. I thought she came across really natural. Probably the most natural and relaxed she's been at any stage of the campaign. She's very frustrated.
She
It took her so long.
She was free, like.
Yeah, she was free. But it took her always so long to get a fucking sentence out. But she was really lovely and complimentary of Catherine. And I just said, fair dues to you, Heather. You're gone, up again in my estimations, a small between.
Oh, come on.
Yeah.
Well, it's Cosula, I think, nervy Catherine Connolly a glocha leis nukes rá.
Yeah.
Agus an ahorad, she said, I'm going to have a gin and elderflower with Heather.
Fair dues to her. Well, yeah. And
yeah.
Bhí Catherine Connolly, what a fucking queen.
What a legend.
Ardíon in the Uachtar nach Eisine.
Yeah. And near vein niv asher who Achahoirhe dro and Derek,
Well, the V, I think Heather drew Catherine. Do you not think?
Well, no,
hate
yeah,
V
but
and
like
stuff.
I think it drew and Derek, like on Cúpla lá Dernoch than Yachtis, and then nor Hawning the third nervy she co-huller an lá sin go raibh bu Catherine. I think just dimmig on niv.
Yeah, no, Tan Cheart good. No, Tan Cheart good.
Now my Yach na Seachtainí.
Go for it.
Tá sé buinte leis an Teochan Choma, and that was the spoil the vote movement. Now look, a lot of people spoil their votes, and I think you are perfectly entitled to do that, Masra the Groshishin Uit, but I don't think that people can say that it was just an innocent their way of protesting, because a lot there's images of all of these ballots, and there are slurs, there are swastikas, there is horrendous insults towards all of the other candidates, and like I just don't see how in any way, shape or form that's any bit democratic. Like, spoil your vote, abstain from voting, you're allowed and entitled to do all those things, but once you resort to disgusting language, you are engaging in far right hatred, and it's disgusting.
Hard agree. Did I tell you the story about me and Louise Tachtavala from the Galway Comedy Festival at whatever the clocks went back? So I don't know, 2:30. We were on the way with Hugh Carr to get a slice of pizza.
Go on.
And we were tittering up Eyre Square, and we met a man who Louise started talking to who had spoiled his vote.
Oh Jesus!
And so ensued a row. But I think he was so drunk he couldn't even listen to what we were saying, and we couldn't even really understand what he was saying, only that he repeatedly said he spoiled his vote. So anyway, for a finish, we sang him O Roche the Vahawala, and we made him promise that he'd vote in the next election properly.
Oh, well done. These are fucking saints.
And off we trotted, and we got an slice of pepperoni pizza and fell into bed, and that was it.
Well, look,
there you go.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Will he remember it?
No, probably not. But anyway, sure, look.
Did you see one of the ballots in Cork was smeared with shite?
Fuck off.
And I saw someone say, imagine taking your ballot, going round to one of your little stalls, sticking your finger up your arse and smearing it on the ballot. Democracy in action. Do you know what I mean?
Oh my God, I wonder was it one of Micheál Martin's constituents. I didn't see that.
It's giving Fianna Fáil.
It's giving Fianna Fáil. I didn't see that.
Yeah. In Cork. It was a gCorcaigh.
Of course, the rebel county. Always the rebels.
Dirty rebels.
All right. It's a dirty protest. There you go.
Okay, and Seachtainí Tehogan H Gcuid by Medina of episode special the deireadh Seachtainí na Hóilíochta.
I'm really excited for that because, I'm not great with the Ólaíocht. I only did it up to junior cert, and it's something I really regret. I want to learn more about the deadly things you can learn from science.
Okay, well, because more idea by special the Gwynna Shin Flay. So Science Week is happening from the 9th to the 16th of November. 2025 marks the 30th year of Science Week.
Jesus, nearly as old as myself.
That's it. And the theme on Mlína is then, today, tomorrow. And now by winning kind of a brand new air show, Tríd Lynn's a gailach there now. He can leir it in a tag uber leis agus leis technoliacht.
Okay.
So I don't know about the then, but the today and the tomorrow of it, I'm very interested in.
Girl, today, tomorrow, next week, we'll be there. How to gail.
Absolutely. And Moss Spatial lives kind of Portuck in Science Week. It's Phléamar Dogus ScienceWeek.ie. There are hundreds of events taking place all across the week, all across the country. So Teigi agus Fecki will ain rud a Torlin Tartíplerf.
Okay, deadly. Gurmina Maggots.
I've out there.
Slán!